I'm Dennis Byron here from Hip Hop Inquirer magazine, and I'm outside the Fulton County Courthouse today, and I've just received official copies of the newest motion filed by attorney Lisa West. In this motion, she's requesting that the judge that presided over the case, Judge Minnesota Lane, recuse herself to handle any future proceedings as it relates to Raymond versus Raymond. And what we're going to do today is we're going to let you see what the closing arguments was in the case of Raymond versus Raymond, and you guys be the judge and let us know, did you think this case was handled properly? I'm Dennis Byron. Once again, we're here at the Fulton County Courthouse, and we'll be right back.
Why are we here? Why are we here? We are here, every one of us, because we are audience members for the latest performance for Usher Raymond. We are all audience members, whether we bought tickets, whether we are here under protest, whether we are here or rather be somewhere else. We are here to see the latest performance of Mr. Usher Raymond, in which he seeks sole legal and sole physical custody of his children. He, Your Honor, has controlled his performance. He has orchestrated his performance from day one. He has been in absolute control of all the information regarding this performance. He has been in absolute control of the witnesses that have come before during this performance. And we, Your Honor, have spent day after day after day entailed in Mr. Raymond's performance. Now, today, Your Honor, I'm going to come back and I'm going to critique Mr. Raymond's performance. What did he show us? What did he show us? What he showed us was not evidence or information regarding his parenting and why he should be sole physical and legal custodian of Usher and Nalbidi. He spent his entire time attempting to show why Ms. Raymond should not be primary custodian of the children. He spent his entire time doing that. Now let me begin with his testimony. Mr. Raymond, in his testimony, and including his cross, he testified, in short, I'm not here. I haven't been here. But that's okay, because I've provided a village, a support system, to take care of my children. Now, Your Honor, you have seen the schedules. And mind you, schedules, Your Honor, which Mr. Raymond refused to turn over. Didn't turn over until the first day of court. When we stood here and we had to take a break so his counsel could obtain the schedules. Scheduled, I requested in discovery, in a notice to produce, that the guardian ad litem requested that he never turned over. Your Honor, he never turned it over because he was controlling his performance. He was controlling every aspect of it. But, Your Honor, finally, when we got what he produced as his schedule, month after month, Your Honor, highlighted in red, and this is a partial schedule from April 2012, the month before we began this trial. Month after month, Mr. Raymond isn't here. Month after month, there's even some days filled in here in black that we discovered while we were in trial. Mr. Raymond isn't here. Month after month, partial schedule just for June 2012, Mr. Raymond isn't here. He wasn't here during the time of this pendency of this trial. Mr. Raymond wasn't even here when he filed this action against Ms. Raymond in January 2011. He wasn't here for 3.5 months. For 3.5 months, he's over in Europe. But he wanted this court to award him sole legal and physical custody of his children who were aged at that time 2 and 3. Now you heard him, Your Honor, when I asked him, they're 3 and 4, now they're 3 and 4. Why do you want your children abroad? Because, Your Honor, we know what he's going to do. That's what he's done. But we know part of what he's going to do because part of what he has produced. Part of what he's produced is a proposed schedule to go abroad again on tour, this time for 2.5 months. And he testified that he wanted his children with him. Now, Your Honor, one of the exhibits which was admitted into evidence is his proposed schedule for this tour. His latest album having been released, his proposed schedule for this tour, Your Honor. Now, Mr. Raymond is proposing for this court to award him sole legal and physical custody so he can have his children in Zurich and Paris, Amsterdam, and all of these different countries with 2, possibly 3 days in each. I asked him why. Why would you want your 3 and 4-year-olds to miss school here? And he said because he wanted them with him. He wanted them to be students of the world. He wanted them. Your Honor, the law does not require that you make a decision based on what Usher Raymond wants. That's not what any statute you will find in Georgia that says that. What the law requires is that you make a decision regarding the best interest of the children. Is it the best interest of the children to be away from a school that the testimony has been unanimous that they love? Is it the best interest of the children to be away from the friends that they love, the extracurricular activities, and most importantly, the mother? Now, Mr. Raymond has made arrangements for Miss Raymond to see the children during this 2.5 months that he is going to be gone, and that is for her to be flown to whatever city that they are in for her allotted 4 days per month. Now, Your Honor, never mind that that does not take into consideration, certainly not the children, but also that Miss Raymond would have to drop everything and fly over there and then fly right back 48 hours. Never mind that. But again, it's what Mr. Raymond wants. Your Honor, it is physically, physiologically, and literally impossible for Mr. Raymond to be sole physical custodian of children who reside in Georgia when he, the majority of the time, more than 50% of the time, is not physically present in Georgia. Now, what he proposes, Your Honor, is that his village, and he referred to his village, it takes a village to raise a child, said it throughout this proceeding, he has proposed that his village take care, provide support, I believe is what he said, for the children. And Your Honor, the guardian ad litem bought that. He bought tickets to this performance. Not only did he buy tickets, he bought backstage passes to this performance. Now, the village that Mr. Raymond proposes take care of these children consists of Jonetta Patton, his mother. But did you hear any testimony from Jonetta Patton, one of the villagers, the village people? Did you hear any testimony from her? No. Ernestine Carter, his grandmother. Did you hear any testimony from Miss Carter, one of the village people? No. And Aunt Rena, don't even know her name. It's just Aunt Rena. Did you hear any testimony from Aunt Rena? No. Cecilia Duncan, his name. Where was she? You heard no testimony from Miss Cecilia Duncan. Those are the village people that he is saying will take care of the children while he's gone. Past and present shows, past, present, and future shows he's going to be gone more than 50% of the time. So what in essence Mr. Raymond is asking this court to do in his performance is for Miss Raymond. She is fighting for custody against the village people. whom you didn't hear from. And of most in particular import, the guardian ad litem didn't interview Miss Carter, Ernestine Carter, one of the village people. The guardian ad litem didn't interview Aunt Rena, one of the village people. Both of whom, Your Honor, don't live in Atlanta, Georgia. They travel from Chattanooga, Tennessee, every time Mr. Raymond has custody. They don't even live here. So how is he proposing to be sole physical custodian of children who reside in Atlanta, Georgia, or Roswell, Georgia, reside in Georgia, when he's not here, his village people are not here? It's impossible. Now, Miss Patton, that's the other village person that Mr. Raymond proposes help take care of the children. Your Honor, you heard testimony that's unrefuted. Mr. Raymond does not have a good relationship with his mother. You heard testimony yesterday about how Mr. Raymond rammed his car 3 times into Miss Patton's car, repeatedly. You heard testimony from Mr. Raymond that he has cursed his mother, called her a motherfucker. Now I'm telling you,